Hey, everybody. Welcome to Love and Reload, voice of the relocation industry. I'm your host, Ben Cross. I'm so blessed and honored to be here today with my friend, Bill Mulholland, the owner and CEO of Agoyu, founder, and also ARC Relocation. We're here live in Puerto Rico, Bill.
Hey, man. Welcome. Glad to have you guys here.
Yeah, I love being in Puerto Rico. I mean, this is day 2 of our series here in Puerto Rico, and it's beautiful. It's a little rainy. It's tropical.
Yeah, and it usually isn't, so that kind of stinks. But, typical island, by the time we're done, sun will be out, we'll have some drinks.
It just reminds me of Florida.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, a little island shower.
It's beautiful. And you have such a beautiful office here. We're right here in your conference room. How long have you had this space? It's gorgeous.
Thanks, man. I think we've been in this space. I've been in Puerto Rico for 8 years. I think I've been in this office for probably 3 or 4 now.
Has it been 8 years already?
Yeah, right before the conference.
Full time in Puerto Rico for 8 years?
Full time, yeah. April of 2018, I moved out here and ended up selling the house in the States, like fully punching out, like we're never going back in 2020. And yeah, man, I don't think we'll ever leave. We love it.
That's awesome. Hey guys, get in the comments here. I want to hear from you. Let me know who you are, where you are. Have you ever been to Puerto Rico or Puerto Rico? I'm working on my R's here. Daisy getting on me about it. Hey, get in the comments, y'all. Let me know who you are, where you are. Doug Barnett checking in. Hey, Ben and Bill. What's up, Doug?
Doug.
Good to see you. There's a Northern Virginia native.
That's right.
Do you miss Northern Virginia?
Not at all.
You don't miss the Beltway? You don't miss the traffic a little bit?
Not a bit. No offense to the Northern Virginians. Great spot, man. We were happy. Yeah. Or at least we thought we were happy. But yeah, I was there for a lot of years. High school, college, professional, and we loved it. But, living on an island, it's got its challenges, but overall the way it's just incredible.
Yeah. And you had ARC Relocation there in the Fairfax area. I've been to your office a few times there. And now, though, you've got this new thing. Tell us about what you've been working on lately.
So Agoyu is an artificial intelligence app that I started creating in around 2018 when I first moved down here. So it's been a long time getting cooked up in the oven. And we fully rolled it out to all of our clients, and we really started advertising it to the general public about 2 years ago. And basically, it's an AI app that is designed to fix the flaws in the moving industry. And we've used computing vision technology for users to be able to download an app and scan in their house and tell the app exactly what they have to move, and then get transparency into the pricing from the various moving companies, and then review their trust signals, look at customer reviews.
I gotta stop you. What is a trust signal?
A trust signal is a Yelp review, a Google review, the Better Business Bureau. It's third-party sites that employees go to look at to see, is this company trustworthy? How long they've been around? Yeah.
Why is that so important in the process? We got people checking in. Get in the comments, y'all. Hit that like button. Get in there with your questions for Bill as well. Why are trust signals important in this process?
Well, we all know that the moving industry can be a rough space. And in the relo industry, we've been selling to our customers for a very long time the warning about wandering off on the internet and going with a mover that's not held to the same standards. A lot. And so people who have moved before, the number one comment we hear is, wow, I wish this was around the last time I moved. And everybody's got a story. Most of them are the same, bait and switch pricing. But a lot of people have stories about damages or not getting stuff delivered. It was just lost forever, and not having insurance, or the mover didn't show up on the day of the move. I mean, it comes in all shapes and sizes. And so, if you're booking a move on your own, if you're a lump sum transferee, or you're somebody who's just moving, you're trying to figure out, is this a legit company? You don't want history to repeat itself, or your friends have told you the horror stories.
Yeah, there's so many scammers out there, on the internet, and everyone wants, a digitally enabled move and a fast, seamless process where you can remove as many friction points as possible. But before, to your point, I've done show after show about moving scams. There are so many scams, and frankly, so many folks that are on the internet, when you go on there, are scammers, and they're taking advantage of people's desire for convenience. This is why it's kind of refreshing, to be completely honest with you, that someone who's from our industry, who really knows it inside and out, who is trusted, is in this space, because it's like the scammers have been smarter than all of us for too long.
Yeah, they're smart and they're sophisticated. These are not small operations. I've gotten to know them since I started going down this road of building this app and trying to offer the general public the same kind of standards that we're used to in the relocation industry and bring that to the general public. But a lot of these scammers are buying millions of dollars worth of moving leads They have huge sales department call centers that process these. They're very good at what they do. They understand the law. An estimate, an estimate, unless found not to exceed right on the paper, this price can and will change.
Yeah.
And that's their protection in this whole thing.
And that's the crazy part too, is a lot of these scams are operating within the letter of the law, maybe not the spirit of the law, but to the letter of the law, run estimates, everything. Get in the comments, y'all. I want to hear from you out there. Let's check in, see who's out there. Daisy checking in. I've not been to PR, but plan to visit soon. Where do you recommend people come to visit when they say, yo, I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to see what all the fuss is about down here. Where do you recommend they go?
There's a lot of good spots. I mean, I'd give you some highlights. What you guys will see after this is we'll go check out Dorado Beach. It's an incredible place.
Wow.
There's a hotel there. There's a whole resort. There's 3 TPC golf courses. Really, really large community. That's where I live. But also there's a Ritz-Carlton hotel. You can vacation there. That's a beautiful spot. San Juan's fun. I know you guys went to Old San Juan. That's a cool vibe. The west coast of the island is beautiful. Rincon, Isabela, Aguadilla, beaches are just world class, absolutely beautiful. And the Puerto Rican islands. So there's islands off the coast of Puerto Rico, Vieques, Culebra. Those are absolutely gorgeous.
I just remember Vieques. Weren't we like bombing Vieques for some reason?
Long time. Yeah. We picked the most beautiful place in the world to drop bombs. I have no idea.
So terrible.
But, if you go out there, there's like old bombed out tanks sitting on the most gorgeous, beautiful beach you've seen in the world. Like top 10, Flamenco Beach in Vieques is top 10 most beautiful beach in the world.
Oh my gosh.
And we used to bomb it. It was target practice for the U.S. military.
Better places to bomb.
Somebody smartened up and was like, dude, we need to build a hotel here.
Yeah. Get in the comments, y'all. Let us know who you are, where you are. Have you been to Puerto Rico? What's been your experience? Brianna checking in. Let's go. It's a lot of O's, Brianna. Buying a lot of vowels out here. Peter Mysack checking in. Hey guys, Ben, go check out La Factoria. It's a fun outing place. What's La Factoria?
La Factoria is a party. Great restaurant, great food. It's in an area called La Placita.
Ooh.
La Factoria is one of the best restaurants here. Like, you guys should go there tonight for dinner. It's really good.
La
and
Factoria.
Then you walk out and it's Bourbon Street. You can drink on the street.
Yeah.
Beers are like $2 and they shut down like 7 or 8 block radius and it just turns into a party. And there's people, drinking age in Puerto Rico is 18. So you're talking ages 18 to age 70 out partying, going.
This is why we see so many young people out, because it's 18. I didn't.
My daughter's a fan of that. She just turned 18 on Saturday.
Wow. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
This is great. We got people checking in here. Tim Park says flaws in the moving industry. What?
Shocking.
No way. That's awesome. Mike Folia checking in. My guy Billy Mull.
Yo,
Agoyu is amazing.
P.
Great work, my friend.
Thank you. Another great car shipper in the moving platform.
So you're moving
Jose
cars
asking,
too?
Oh yeah. And Mike's booking them. He does a great job. Jose was just asking me car shippers we have. Mike's in there. A lot of really good car shippers. And I don't know, we can ask Mike to put it in the comments, but I think they like the way the tech works, how easy it is for them to be transparent, quote their rate, and book shipments.
Mike, throw it in the comments here. Give us some feedback as a user, as a carrier on Agoyu. Want to hear about it. We got a question here. Sharina, what's up? Super producer Sharina has a question. She's fascinated by this. What inspired you to build Agoyu? Have you built any apps before it?
I have not.
What was this process like, though? You just, I want to have an app.
It was a lot more intense than I thought it would be. It was a lot more expensive than I thought it would be. And it was a lot longer of a road than I thought it would be.
Sounds like moving.
Yeah. But the reason that we started to build it was that we had traffic we couldn't monetize. We had transferees that were starting to receive a lump sum benefit or a capped budget benefit.
Feels like that's where the industry's going.
The industry's going that way. And so at the time it was like, wow, maybe at the time, 10, 20% of our business was that. Now it's like 60%.
Wow.
Yeah. It's shifting fast and the numbers are getting high. And that business is hard to capture because you can refer someone to 3 movers, but human nature is they want to shop it. They want to get another price quote. Moving is expensive, right? So you're hearing this pitch of like, our guys are insured and they do a good job. But human nature is, I still need to double check the price. It sounds expensive. And when they would go off to the internet, they would get caught up real quick.
You lose them then, right?
Yeah. And so our booking rate was about 9% on lump sum or cap budget moves. Now with Agoyu, our booking rate is 76%. And we
Wow.
don't book moves because we market better. We book moves because we execute and we have deterministic pricing that's real. And you and I were looking at it. It's like going from Chat GPT back to Google. You're not going to do it. It's just such a better execution than calling someone off the internet, having them come out, doing a FaceTime call. And the tech begins to train you about guaranteed pricing,
Yep.
insurance. Your move is being priced on what you have. And so users begin to learn what they're looking for, and they're not going to find that on the internet.
What is the key? Like, there's been a lot of companies that have tried to do something like this, right? There's been a lot of lump sum portals out there that RMCs have done. There's been a couple of companies out there that were trying to be legitimate, aggregators and pricers of business out there in the past. I remember working with them when I worked for the moving companies and stuff, but they never really got the traction. And they fell by the wayside, and the adoption rate and the conversion rate, right? Like you were talking about, just wasn't there. What's different about Agoyu?
Well, I would say a lot of people might not have the stomach to hang in there. So it's been 8 years, 7 figures we've spent on the tech.
Wow.
And we've been obsessed with customer experience. I think most companies probably would have quit or went cheap on the budget. And we've hung in there the whole way, and we're doubling down. Like, we're putting all of our chips in this basket right now where we think this is the way of the future. And to build a true end-to-end execution platform on a global scale, because you can query a move that never even touches US soil. So you can go on Agoyu.com right now and query a move from Germany to Dubai or anywhere. And so to go down that road of building in all the price algorithms, getting the supply chain to buy into it, the Mike Filios of the world and the Tim Mentos and all these awesome movers, Stephen Fisk, we talked about these guys earlier. That's a whole road you got to go down, and to make it work, and then to get the consumer to download it and use it and say, hey, that worked actually pretty well. Your app is easy. It's a massive project to take on.
Well, that's another thing, right? I noticed that you have a lot of folks actually downloading the app, and I was kind of surprised about that, because moving is a one-time event, or one time every 3, 5, 12 years. To download an app to do it, I was kind of skeptical about how successful that would be. How do you get people to actually download the app?
I mean, our calls to action, I would say, are pretty compelling. We got lucky with the timing of AI. In 2018, when we did this, a lot of people weren't talking about AI. And then ChatGPT came on the scene like about 1.5 years ago and just exploded it and made it a household name. And now people see the value of how easy it is to ask Chat a question. So they're very open to how else can AI make my life easier. And so when we have a value add call to action, say for a transferee or even on the internet, it sounds like download this free AI app and get 25 moving quotes in less than 3 minutes.
That's compelling.
It's compelling. So we're materially outperforming the old call to actions, which was fill out a form and have a mover call you. And people usually know how that goes. They don't want to give away their information. Agoyu doesn't give away your info. This is an app for the consumer to be able to transparently and efficiently look at pricing and choose whether or not they want to book, and then have a mover reach out to them.
So the consumer kind of can maintain some control in the process. They're not getting bombarded by phone calls from people they don't know.
They maintain anonymity the whole way through the process until they ask to be contacted and book.
Got it. Mike Falia checking in. Guys, checking in the comments here. Let us know who you are, where you are. What questions do you have for Bill about this technology, or Puerto Rico, or whatever? Mike says the tech works great. Very easy to navigate and to quote the moves. Mike, are you winning bids out there? Because that's the problem I had as a mover. I go into these type of lump sum portals, that RMCs would stand up, and you want to play ball, so you're like, yeah, I'll participate in this thing, whatever. And you get a bid, you throw, you put some effort behind it. Maybe do a survey, put together an estimate. You send it off, and you never hear anything, or you never book anything. And after a while, you're like, what am I doing here? I'm kind of spinning my wheels. Let me go work on work that's a little bit more, a little more ROI, right?
Yeah.
So how do you make sure, because you need carriers. You can't do this business without carriers.
That's right. Yeah.
So you got to take care of them too. I mean, they're a stakeholder in this whole thing.
There was a lot of selling going on. I had to convince people, A, to pull back the curtain on pricing. That was a big thing to overcome. And B, to participate in the platform of these are real moves. You have an opportunity to win them. I would argue that it is less of an investment to get a free survey and bid on a move through the Agoyu platform than it is the old traditional way of getting a referral from a relocation company, right? The business is there. So if you're a mover, how do you want to get it? Right? I just signed up the whatever account, and they have 4,000 lump sum shipments. Do you want just an email from me saying, call this guy to bid on the move that you're never going to
Yeah, it
win?
seems flimsy.
Or do you want to log into an app that has videos, every item's cataloged, estimated weight, dimensions, and all you got to do is type in the box, and then you get a word email that goes, yep, they chose you. I mean, your ROI is way lower through the Agoyu platform than a traditional move.
Wow. Mike Falia says, yeah, I'm moving 2 of those bids right now.
Let's go.
Wow. That's awesome, Mike. Congrats, dude.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. I mean, it's a needed evolution. I would say that moving is a perfect use case for AI.
Bill, I need to lodge a complaint. So somebody's messing with me down here. What we have one of your employee partners here, down here. Hello, Biscuit. How's it going down
The
there,
office
girl?
mascot. She's really running things.
Come here. Maybe I can get Biscuit up here. I don't know. I don't want to hurt you, Biscuit. Let's see here. We've got a dog here. We got a little dog. Everyone knows. Hey, Biscuit, come here.
The office. Oh, she is.
There you go. Maybe Bill can bring Biscuit on.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. I don't know.
Yeah, Sharina wants to see Biscuit. She says, "Can we see Biscuit?"
She on camera?
Here, you know what? Let me see if I can't bring it down here a little bit.
Come here.
Let's see here.
Biscuit comes to work with me every day.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's get Biscuit on camera here. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna go towards you. Biscuit, we lost Biscuit.
Come here, B. Biscuit. We've lost control of the show.
Control. Give her back.
This is what she does. She distracts people all day.
She just distracts them and then leaves.
Exactly.
Oh man, she could be CEO.
She'll be that.
That sounds like what I do at work all day. Just distract people and then bounce on them. That's awesome. Get in the comments, y'all. Sharina, we're gonna bring Biscuit back here once Jose is done playing with her. Jack Jampel says, "Hello, gentlemen. Love your product, Bill. How's the reception been with the corporate folks?"
Really well. I mean, Jack is awesome. He's the type of guy that you really appreciate because
he's been craving real innovation in this space for a long time.
Yeah, and he's gives you honest feedback.
Yeah, he's been telling us we haven't been doing it.
And he's been around the block. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So he's like the perfect person to share a technology like this with. But it's been really well received. You know, every single client of ARC Relocation that offers a lump sum or a cap budget uses Agoyu. And we give the employee a choice after the client says it's okay. And the relocation counselor sends out an email and they verbally talk to every transferee and they go, look, you can do it the old fashioned way. And I'll have 2 or 3 movers that call you and schedule a survey and you'll get a price in a couple days probably. Or you can download our free app and use AI and get everything instantly. And 99% of the transferees are like, I'll download the app.
I'm over here. I'm catching a shot of Biscuit here for the fans. There's Biscuit. Tell us what kind of dog is Biscuit here?
She is a golden doodle. She's the iguana hunter. She's looking for iguanas right now.
Is that it?
And that is her life, man, is chasing
Let's
down
see if we can get some
killing
Biscuit
iguanas
here.
and catching them.
And she comes to work every day with you?
Yeah, every day. She comes to the gym with me in the morning. She hangs out in front of the gym, waits for me.
There she is.
Yeah, and then she likes riding in the truck, which you guys just rode in.
Yeah.
And then she hangs out in the office, and hopefully she gets some Krispy Kreme donuts that we got over here, or some sort of handout, you know, gets her belly rubbed. Yeah, she's got a good life.
Great. That is a nice life. Hey, Biscuit, how you doing there? Oh, my goodness. She's chilling by the window here. They're chopping down trees. I was on a call with Bill earlier, and there's a guy in the tree out back with a machete just hacking away at limbs.
No helmet, no safety harness, just straight up machete and sneakers.
Yeah, and elbow grease. I love it. Oh, people are loving Biscuit there. Get in the comments, y'all. Do you have a dog-friendly workplace? Get in the comments. Oh man, do you think people should let people bring dogs to the office?
I've heard it can get dicey if there's more than one.
Yeah.
Right now you're inviting yourself to problems. Like Biscuit's chill.
Yeah.
You know, she kind of wanders around. She just gets pet, and she'll probably get bored and walk over and lay on the couch after a little while. So I've been fortunate that employees haven't asked to bring their dogs because I've heard stories that maybe the dog's going to go to the bathroom or start barking or God knows what. So it could get dicey, you know, or God forbid somebody gets bit. I don't know.
Oh, I don't even know what the liability is on that. The duty of
So-
care right there.
So we're an office dog of one. Biscuit hangs out, but we haven't had any other dogs, and I've never had an employee who's asked. So I don't know.
Biscuit is gorgeous. They're saying I have a golden doodle. They are truly the best.
They are the best.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Glomo's going to be a dog. I was going to say dog free. What's the opposite of dog?
Dog friendly.
Dog friendly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dog friendly workplace.
You could be opening yourself up to some issues.
Well, you also have cement floors here. I feel like that lends itself to.
Biscuit's good. She would not have an accident, but if she did, it would be easy to clean up.
Glomo may or may not be a pet friendly workplace, Ben. What do you think? I think I got enough animals in the office, Daisy. I think we're probably pretty good on animals right now, to be honest with you. You know, yeah. No, I don't know, man. I'm not a huge dog person. I like other people's dogs. I don't have a dog. I like the way dogs make people feel. I like people, and I like the way dogs make people feel.
Yeah.
And if people feel better about having their dog there,
Yeah.
but I also see it can be distracting.
Yeah.
But it can also make people enjoy coming to work more,
Yeah.
which I think, to be honest with you, like the value proposition nowadays has changed with like employers, employees.
Yeah.
We have to care like how people feel in the workplace about the workplace.
Yeah.
And like that was like something we didn't maybe care as much about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Now we're in the feelings business.
Yeah, totally. HR is a big job role as a company owner, as you know.
Yeah.
Keeping everybody happy, and the world's changed and it's more complex, and it's a balancing act, and it does create a cool vibe. We have a great vibe in this office and a great energy. Everybody's really friendly. Everybody enjoys coming to work. Biscuits hanging out, and it makes it easier to go to work if you like where you work and the people you work with. So it works.
Sharina votes for the dog-friendly workplace. Sharina, what kind of dog do you have? Because now we have to accommodate all these different.
Right. Doesn't shed.
Yeah, we have 4 humans and 6 dogs in the office. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't. What happens next? Tim Quirk says, I like the 1-dog office. Yeah, it might be a one dog at a time. We have a dachshund.
Oh, those are cool. Dachshunds are cool. That's my daughter's favorite dog.
Yeah, dachshunds are cool. Let's see here. We got a question for Daisy, actually. She says, Bill, ¿hablas español?
Un poquito. Sí, claro. Vivo en Puerto Rico para 8 años. I can get by. If I roll up to the security gate, like when I go home and I'm like, Buenas residente 2430, mi nombre Mulholland. You're like, dude, this guy can speak some Spanish.
Yeah.
If they speak back to me,
forget it.
Straight deer in headlights.
Actually,
but I can get by. I took Spanish in high school and college. And the problem is everyone here speaks English.
Yeah.
And you saw that probably, right?
Well, a lot of places where I go, they do in the bubbles.
In
right?
the bubbles and in the
Downtown
tourist areas. Yeah. You go to the mountains.
Yeah.
You better.
As soon as I get into an Uber, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little dicey.
Yeah. I had to call for a translator today just to get here. He's
Stephanie
like,
to the
let me
rescue.
get Stephanie. Yeah.
You know, I thought I'd learn more than I did. But yeah, it's just, a lot of people speak English, and especially the younger generation. Everyone who works for me speaks perfect English. So I don't get to use my Spanish as much as I would like to.
Let's see, biscuits also like cutting out a tree.
An iguana.
Oh, is that
For
it?
sure.
Did she really
100%.
kill the iguanas?
Yeah. And she's like the iguana catcher. She's not only does she go after him, she gets them.
She gets them.
Yeah.
She didn't say no for an answer. Are iguanas are there a lot of iguanas here?
Tons. They totally have. We might need to grab Biscuit, but they've completely overrun the island. They're not indigenous to Puerto Rico. So when you talk to Puerto Ricans, they're like, I never saw an iguana 6-7 years ago, and now they're everywhere.
Oh, so they're like they're kind of invasive. Then.
They're very invasive. You can kill them. They're invasive. They're really bad for the island. When they lay eggs, they lay like 50 to 100 eggs.
Oh my gosh!
And they don't have a natural predator in Puerto Rico
except for Biscuit.
So she's doing her part. Yeah,
the Lord's work out here, Biscuit.
Yeah,
appreciate you. Oh no, Biscuit got locked out of the conference room. Now she's gonna be upset now. See. So she kills. So what happens when your dog comes home with an iguana?
Well, usually I'm there and I will negotiate the iguana away from her, but it's not easy. She does not want to let go of these things. If I wasn't there, I don't think it would end well for the iguana.
She would finish
yeah,
it.
They play dead. So after a while, she'll shake it and it'll just play dead, and she'll drop it, and then it'll just get up and take off and run away. But yeah, she would finish the job if allowed.
What are some of the interesting things like that about Puerto Rico that are like people may not know
Oh
or
my God.
misconceptions and stuff?
So many. I mean, Puerto Rico is an incredible place. The people are incredibly nice.
Yeah.
The weather's phenomenal, but you see crazy stuff living in Puerto Rico. So like you can be driving down the road and see a pickup truck with like horses in the back of a pickup truck.
In the
Like, no
back of a
trailer,
pickup
just straight up like in the pickup truck. Or just pigs are running down the road, or like roosters are just
I saw a
wandering
rooster
around the
earlier, yeah.
island. Yeah, peacocks. Like there's some crazy animal stuff going on.
Because we're kind of in the middle of a rainforest.
Yeah, El Yunque is the only tropical rainforest in the US, and it's
Okay.
huge. So that's a cool spot too. If you go out there and check out the waterfall, hiking trails, beautiful. But it's very lush. There's a lot of rain in Puerto Rico, you know, the showers, which you've seen, but it keeps the island green and beautiful. So yeah, it's like a jungle. And also like Puerto Rico's kind of like half and half, right? It's like it's part of the United States, but Spanish is the first language in Puerto Rico.
Right.
And so like a perfect example, you're driving down the highway and the speed limit's in miles per hour, but the distance is in kilometers.
Wow.
And you get to the gas station and it's in liters, not gallons. So it's kind of like half and half on everything.
Yeah.
And so you're just winging it and figuring it out. And it's kind of part of the fun of living down here. It's just different to what we're
It's an
used to in the
adventure.
US. It's totally an adventure.
Everything's an adventure.
Yeah.
It was an adventure coming here, right? I mean,
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a nice office. It's like a real deal building, office building, whatever. We couldn't get here.
No.
We had to map to the we were joking. We had to map to the Walgreens and get a shuttle.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
Yeah.
like, I need, you know, some of these places just don't have, or they have street addresses, but they're not in Lyft or
Right.
not in Google Maps.
Well, you know, and this is Dorado, right? Dorado is
It's-
not the smallest town in Puerto Rico. Like it's pretty built up. You know, you saw it. We have, you know, a lot of franchises and stores and what you're kind of used to in the States. But the reason I found out about Puerto Rico is I had a contract with US Customs. And I
Okay.
used to do all their moves. And I started moving these CBP agents out of Puerto Rico. And I'm doing the guarantee buyout on the houses. And the appraiser's like, there's no address, there's just coordinates. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
That can't be
What?
right.
And I'm like, I'm getting ripped off, right? And
Yeah.
so like, I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
I'm getting ripped off.
So I
This is a
flew,
scam.
yeah, I'm getting scammed, right? And so I literally flew here to like see these inventory houses and meet with the realtor and meet with the attorney. And I'm like, man, this place is cool though. Like I'm really digging this. It's part of the US. I didn't need a passport. It was only a 3.5 hour flight from DC. The beaches are beautiful. And that was in 2016, probably. That's what started the wheels turning of I should move there.
Yeah.
And I was on the ground by 2018. 2 years later, you know, boots on the ground, house set up, the whole deal.
So were you indeed not getting scammed by these homes?
I was indeed not getting scammed. It's just that wild in Puerto Rico.
So
yeah,
you can get an appraisal on a home, sell a home, have a transaction go swimmingly well, in accordance with all relocation and tax, requirements in Puerto Rico without a street address.
correct. And many houses do not have street. Some of them, and I'm not kidding, and you can talk to people from Puerto Rico, like in the really remote towns up in the mountains and stuff, their address will literally be like, just go past the mango tree, and it's like the third blue house on the right. And that is like what the mailman is told and everything. And there is no street address at all.
So the mailman's like Lewis and Clark out here. just
Everybody knows everybody.
bringing mail and
Yeah.
like,
And that's the other
love
thing.
it.
Everyone in Puerto Rico knows everybody. And that's one of the things I really like about it, which is cool. But yeah, it's like going back in time in a lot of ways. And it's good. It's a good thing.
so interesting. I was asking, we had Ida Robles on yesterday from Rody
Yeah.
Cargo, and I was like, hey, Ida, are there any like real estate deals, out here? I mean, can you get something for, not a lot of money? She's like, no, there's no deals. And I don't know if she's just trying to keep me out or what, but
Yeah.
she's like, no, there's no deals. And then I start thinking, well, gosh, if they just have more streets with numbers and stuff, maybe they find some roof in these houses. Maybe there's a lot of pent up, capacity here that we just need to unlock with some numerical systems, perhaps.
Well, there's a lot of opportunity in Puerto Rico. I will say this: real estate in certain areas is wildly expensive, wildly. Like Miami,
Yeah.
Monaco, couldn't be more. 5,000 a square foot in some areas, and then some areas are really affordable. But Puerto Rico has been struggling for a long time, and so they offer a lot of incentives and a lot of programs for people to invest. 80% of the island is what they call an opportunity zone. So if you're living in Texas or Washington or wherever you're living, and you find a property in Puerto Rico that you decide to buy and invest in, it's in an opportunity zone, whatever you sell that house and whatever money you make is tax free. Even living
No
back in the
capital
United
gains
States, no
tax on
capital
it.
gain if it's in an opportunity zone.
Is that like the same as a hub zone? Or is that
Yes,
okay?
similar.
Similar.
So
Okay.
it's a challenged area that they're trying to get people to come in and invest and do good. And Puerto Rico does a lot of cool stuff to help the island, to get companies to move here and to invest. And there's a lot of really cool stuff happening down here. Amazon just opened up a fulfillment center down here, and a lot of companies are relocating to Puerto Rico. So it's this island that in many ways is going back in time, but then there's also some really cool stuff happening. I'll take you guys by the neighborhood after the podcast. Like, it's incredible some of the things that they built in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I'm really eager to check it out because it does look like there's a lot of opportunity around. But then the question I always have in my brain is, how hard is it to access that opportunity? How hard is it to build something or renovate something or get a permit or get through the bureaucracy?
Extremely hard.
It's
like
what I think.
picture 10 times harder than the States.
Holy
you think
crap.
it's hard in the States? Way harder down here. Everything's more difficult, but the reward can also be a lot greater. I've done a lot of really good real estate deals in Puerto Rico, far better than anything I've ever done in the States. So, the good things usually are hard work, and this is probably a good example because, real estate deals in Puerto Rico can be really good.
I love that, what you said there, because I have a saying that the margins are in the mystery.
Yeah.
And so if things are hard to figure out, there's money in that business.
Yeah.
And if things are simple to figure out and there's low barriers to entry and there's no moat around it, right? Then there's no
Anybody
money
would do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Get in the comments, y'all. I want to hear your questions for Bill. Just kind of riffing on Puerto Rico over here. I'm loving it here. I get island vibes, dude. I came down here for your Transforming Perspectives conference, like whatever that was, 6 years ago now.
Yeah,
7 years ago.
2019, I think. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, time is flying, dude.
Yeah,
7 years ago, maybe. And I remember you gave us these volcanic rock bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
I wore that thing for like 9 months. I think I lost it or broke or whatever. But I don't know, man. I just had vibes, dude. I had good vibes for like a good 3 to 4 months after leaving.
Yeah.
It stuck with me.
That conference was amazing. People still to this day are like, when do you do another conference?
Yeah.
You got to do another conference. We should do an Agoyu one. Is what we should do.
Hey,
we got some exciting announcements, and maybe we do a conference to kick some of these things off.
You know what? Let's do that exciting announcement. We got a couple questions coming in here. Tap in the comments, tag people, get in here. Bill's got a big announcement here. We're gonna tee that up here in about 10 minutes. So get in here. You're not gonna want to go anywhere. For now, we're gonna take a few questions. Doug Barnett says, Bill, you built a game-changing company in the moving space. Are there other areas that Agoyu is considering in the relocation space?
I don't know about relocation specific. We're kind of thinking outside the relocation space, to be honest with you, because transfers who are relocating are even going outside the space. They may not go through their relocation management company to engage vendors. Perfect example is movers. What we are thinking about is building inside the platform other things that we can execute. So, for example, if a consumer downloads our app and they scan in their house to get a moving price, we've effectively collected where they're moving to and all of the items that they have in their house. So we're in late stage talks with insurance companies who can immediately return the exact price for insurance. And so if you want renter insurance or homeowner insurance, similar to bidding movers, you just press a button as a consumer. You can look at all the insurance company, look at their pricing. You can look at their customer service reviews, maybe chat with them. Your information is not being sold, and then just book your insurance through the platform. And so, we want to continue that flow for the convenience of the consumer to be able to execute and book, maybe set up an alarm system or their utilities or their new bank or their new cell phone. The thing about moving is it's a time in someone's life where they lose brand loyalty and they spend a lot of money.
Why is that? Tell me about that losing brand loyalty.
A lot of times brand loyalty can be local. So when I moved to Puerto Rico, I was a Verizon guy. I was from DC, and Verizon had the best coverage, and I had Verizon for years.
I have Verizon right now.
The best.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, it was AT&T, also known as Claro. And so when I moved down here, everybody's like, they're the only ones that worked after the hurricane. You got to get Claro. That's the best. And I got tired of my calls dropping, and I switched to AT&T.
Wow.
I also opened up a bank account at Banco Popular. I love my DC bank.
Banco Popular.
Banco Popular, which is not a small operation. They're all
No.
over the Caribbean. That's a big bank, but I like going in the bank and, knowing my banker. And insurance. I loved my insurance guy I used to use in DC, but he doesn't know about Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
New car insurance, new house insurance. I got an alarm system down here. I don't know if I use the same company I did in DC, but I had to redo everything.
Yeah.
So it's a massive monetization event in someone's life.
Yeah.
And we're capturing the data needed to execute a lot of those things. And people are looking for convenience. We're going through a massive shift in the world right now to AI. We're becoming an agentic world. And people have seen how cumbersome life used to be, going to Google, querying websites, doing research. Remember people thinking they were cool because they're doing research on Google?
Yeah.
And now you just ask chat. Why do I want to do my own research when the AI will do it a million times better, return an answer, and execute? And so that shift is going to change all consumer behaviors, and they're going to be looking for execution platforms. Because the truth of the matter is, most of the websites you found on Google, like the scam movers, were not the best vendors. They were the best at marketing.
Right.
And a lot of times they were arguably the worst vendors.
Horrible operationally, no operations in many cases to speak of, but phenomenal at getting found on Google, buying the keywords, buying other people's brand names, comporting themselves as United Mayflower or whatever, pretending to be somebody, making the booking flow or the lead flow very seamless and easy. Very good at all that.
These companies are really good, way better than we were in the relocation industry because they were capturing them. The bad news for those guys is that world is going away. So the numbers of the use of AI are explosive, and the number of Google searches is decreasing every month. And I spent a lot of years on search engine optimization, and I used to post on it on LinkedIn all the time. And we own a lot of keywords in this space. And I'm not saying people aren't still going to search, like that's going to be there, but we also have to get, familiarized with how do we get returned by AI? What does an agentic agent value? An agentic agent does not value traffic. It doesn't value paid leads. It doesn't value a list. It values execution, outcome, and deterministic pricing. That's all it cares about.
What do you say? You said deterministic pricing now twice. What does that mean?
That means that it can actually calculate the cost.
Okay.
So
a real number.
A real number.
Yeah.
A real number. So forget about the moving industry for a second. AI should be applied to how much is it going to cost to paint my house if you're a painting company? How much is the carpet going to cost? Like the guy who's showing up to take measurements anymore, he should have an AI model to help him and go, I don't even need to come out, dude. Just take a picture of your room. Tell me what carpet you want, and the AI will tell you exactly how much it costs. So their cost has gone down. The consumer's happier. That's the shift that's happening in the world right now. And moving is not going to be any different.
Get in the comments, y'all. I want to know what you think about this AI shift. Do you think it is, do you think it's, ultimately good for consumers? Harmful? Some people might say, hey, it's coming either way, get with it, right? Just like the internet came, right? Just like all these, innovations are coming. You can't really slow progress down. But I'm really curious, we have a lot of very traditional people in our space who have been, running things the same way for a long time. I worked at a moving company up until about 6 years ago that had a word processor on the first and second floors of the moving company. God forbid you're on the wrong floor, you need a word processor. So there's a lot of really traditional players. Some of the best players in this business operationally are traditional. What do you say to folks that feel like maybe things are moving too quickly?
Unfortunately, it is what it is. We're not going to stop this. And I think we can all reflect back on affectionately how life used to be. Like I always get a smile on my face when I talk about the fax machine and how I used to have a pager. And these things, and that was cool. And life was good back then, but it's laughable to think that we would use a pager now. I call
they have
someone
to go
back.
track down a payphone
Or
somewhere.
a fax machine. You know what I mean? Like the world has changed. So as much as we like doing things a certain way, and I like writing things down on a list, and I like some of that stuff, but that's not the most efficient way to do things. And if I run my business like that, I'm going to go out of business, or I'm going to be wildly less productive and less profitable than I could be if I use technology.
Yeah. Really, really cool. We got one more question here. get into the comments, y'all. Hear your questions for Bill before we make this big announcement here. Brianna says, plug for Foxen Insurance. Check it out. Noted. Mike Falia, when is the next Transforming Perspectives conference? I'm in.
Let's go.
Early
We need to do it.
sponsorships. Sponsorships are open, guys. Put Bill's Venmo here. Brianna said, love to find the canepa. Love to find the canepa. What is a canepa? ¿Cómo se dice canepa en inglés?
Ganepa?
Quenepa? 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 I don't know. Brianna, you're killing me over here. I don't know, Brianna.
Yeah.
No say nada.
It's pretty good.
Let's get into it. You got a big announcement. We've teased this thing long enough. Get in the comments, y'all. Bill, what's popping?
Yeah, I'm glad that we could do it on the show. It's pretty cool.
So cool. We always have big announcements on the show.
I like it, man. Yeah. So we started going down a road about 6 or 7 months ago that we would go outside of the traditional channels of just the relocation industry. And so the thought was, there's all these transferees out there that are looking for a resource, and Agoyu is an independent software company. It's totally independent from ARC. And so we put the call out there that we'll lease it to relocation companies. We'll partner with relocation companies. They should use the tech. We're more than willing to do that. It will monetize their traffic way better. The transfer will be happy, so on and so forth. But if that doesn't work, how do we get this out to the general public? And so in February, we entered into a partnership with realtor.com.
Wow. TheRealtor.com.
TheRealtor.com.
The one you see all the commercials for during the Super Bowl and everything.
And what's cool about those guys is I remember I started with the Associates Relocation in 2004. Realtor.com came out around 2000. So 2004, they were really popping. And I remember these realtors telling me, my industry's over. Realtor.com is putting the MLS online. I'm not going to have a job anymore. And so it all comes full circle. Did that happen? No. Life went on. Realtors got better. They got more efficient. Their clients got more efficient. And so I'm so appreciative and proud that they chose to partner with Agoyu, because they're still a company that's not complacent after 22 years. They're looking for evolutions. And so, realtor.com, you can chat GPT it, keep me honest, but they have about 75 million viewers a month.
Wow. So I know, I go on there.
Me too. And it's looky-loos, right? I want to see how much the house costs. You and Jose might be looking at real estate deals down here, but it's also a lot of people who are moving.
Sure.
10% of the U.S. population moves every year. So we got 35 million people in just the U.S. moving alone.
Wow.
And so now they're sharing with their audience this new AI technology, and you can see the calls to action on their website. Download this free app. Get 25 moving quotes in 3 minutes or less. That's our slogan. And you and I queried some moves. You get 20 rates up front. You bid it out. You get 15, 16 more bids. You're getting 35 quotes quickly and easily.
You know what I liked about it too was, and congrats on the Realtor.com
partnership.
I'm
excited. Appreciate it.
It makes a lot of sense, I think, for both parties. But what I liked about Agoyu when I just checked it out, A, it's fast as heck, right? Yeah. B, you actually get something when you put your information in. So often, to your point, it's just a lead source. It's a lead form.
Yeah.
And at the end, you're like, oh wait, I'm not going to get anything for this. I'm not going to get deterministic pricing. Right. I didn't even know what deterministic pricing was, and now I want it. Right. And now I get numbers. And not only do I get numbers, I get them from reputable companies who, maybe I've heard of, maybe I haven't, but if I Google them, they've been around 90 years, or I don't even need to Google them, because you have all these trust signals embedded in the process. So I can see right there, they're BBB, accredited, or they're business 90 years, or they're based out of Seattle, Washington, or, they're real deal companies. I like that a lot. Is there an opportunity in there? And I didn't see this, I didn't go deep enough maybe, but are there reviews from customers in there? I was like, when I'm buying something, especially something expensive, I like to, even dinner, I like to look at reviews.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, Yelp and all these, we're bringing the same platforms that consumers are used to with like Amazon or Expedia, and our trust signals, our third-party reviews are independent, because one of the things is you don't want to go on a website and go, well, Agoyu is referring this mover and they say they have 5 stars. Maybe that's just because Agoyu likes them, or I've never heard of this company. So we link out to the Better Business Bureau, Yelp. We link out to like I Am Trusted certification.
Oh, that's great. I Am
PD
Trusted.
Fame. like the real industry certifications where movers are vetted. Consumers can click on it and say, well, what is this? I don't know what I am trusted means. So they can read up on it. And then we also link out to licenses. So you can look at the mover's USDOT license. See, if they're authorized, right? Like we vet movers before we go on the platform, but a consumer might be like, well, last time I got caught up and it wasn't even a real mover. It was someone who just like sold my lead and pretended like they were a moving company. That happens all the time.
All the time.
So they can look and see if they're licensed, if they've had complaints filed against them, how many crashes they've been in. We're bringing transparency to the industry, which hasn't existed. There is no Amazon or Expedia for moving. That's what we're trying to become.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, shout out to IAM as well that runs IAM Trusted, Brian Limperopoulos, Tag Ray De Silva. Those guys out there do really great work. I think that's so important, and it's nice to see folks who are from the industry who are doing things responsibly starting to compete, and hopefully beat the rogue movers and the folks out there that were frankly scamming people, right?
They're a formidable opponent. They're better at marketing. They crush marketing. They have call centers. They are really good at what they do. We are much better in the process that we've set up. So if you advertise these accreditations and pricing and stuff like that, the rogue movers won't do that. They won't show you a price. They won't guarantee it. They won't show you their Yelp reviews. So we feel like once we've built this resource and consumers find it, they're going to tell everyone they know, oh, there's like this website that you can go to and download this app. It shows you all the movers. It guarantees the pricing. And the other thing that we've done with the system, and this is where AI comes in, we have a lot of AI integrations in Agoyu. The computer vision and knowing what someone has in their house is the first thing. But we've done a lot of automation through the system. And that's where AI is going to completely change companies. And so to give you an example, the system emails the consumer a week before the move is picked up about delivery windows, what they are, what's your delivery window, talk to your driver. When the move's been delivered, they get an email about claims. Here's a claim form. Here's how you file a claim. Here's how many days you have to do it. Here's how it works. So we can train relocation counselors, and we have awesome relocation counselors, and they're never going to be replaced. But if they have a co-pilot, think of the AI as the admin who never forgets to send that email, who never forgets to send that claim form, who never forgets to warn the user. You can program a best-in-class relocation program for the lump sum transferee by using technology, where they have that same support and guidance for virtually free.
Okay, I'm gonna challenge you here for a second because one of my beefs with AI, because I apparently one day I woke up and I became the old man. Okay, I used to be the other. These old guys just don't get it. Now all of a sudden I'm like 43. I'm old. I'm the old man. I know, to be 43 again, huh, Bill?
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so now I'm the old man, right? So here's my old man take on this, right? My beef with AI is that there's no accountability. If Bill tells me something and he's wrong, then that's Bill's reputation.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that guy Bill, he lied to me, or he's not trustworthy, or whatever. Right now you got to own that. You got to live with that.
Sure.
However, if ChatGPT lies to me, and I'll be like, Chat, no, this isn't true. Yo, no, it's true. Wait, no, it's not true. I looked up here. Okay, you're right. I was wrong. I hallucinated or made something up or whatever. Right? We can argue about the motives of that, which gets even scarier. But now it's like there's no accountability there for that bot or that LLM in the same way that a human being walks around with a reputation, I guess.
Yeah.
Even that a business walks around with a reputation,
Yeah.
And so my question is, when we start to rely on these AI tools and they're wrong, who's responsible?
The company. I mean, I would argue
The company
that the company
is
is liable for sure. If you're using AI, if I hire an AI agent that costs, I don't know, $10, or hire an employee that costs 40, 50,000. If either of those screw up, I, as the company, am liable. If you, Ben Cross, are my employee and you tell someone the wrong thing, I still have to honor that. If the AI agent tells them the wrong thing, I still have to honor that too. The question is, who's going to screw up more, the AI agent or the employee? Right now, I've been spending a lot of time building these AI agents and messing with Claude, and I'll talk to you about some of the integrations that we use in the Agoyu platform, but they're not perfect and they're not 100% there yet. So you have to build a lot of guardrails around them. You can't let them loose.
What does that mean? Like
Okay.
guardrails and let them loose and all
So
that?
first of all, I'll give a little nugget to the audience, and I told you this earlier, and I don't want to promote any other podcast than Love and Relo, but there's a cool podcast out there that you guys should listen to called The Shell Game. And it's a guy who's a journalist, and he built an entire company using AI agents, and it gives you great insight into what they can do really well and what they still can't do well. So guardrail means that, let's say I build a bot with Claude, which I have, to check my emails. And so I'll let that bot check my emails and tell me like which ones I need to respond to and which ones are important, and even maybe have it write up the draft, but I hit the send button.
Right.
That's my guardrail.
Yeah.
Now, this guy who did this podcast, free reign, dude. And that's when they're going to start emailing people, and the bots will set up meetings, they'll set up Zoom calls, and they'll hallucinate. They can go off the guardrails. So you have to decide how much access you want to give the AI, and then what your kind of supervision process looks like. So if you go to Agoyu and you do anything on our platform, you're going to get an text message if you don't book a move from the lovely and talented Stephanie. But Stephanie's AI.
Oh.
And so OpenAI is writing the message for us, and Twilio, the text message service provider. Now we have the real Stephanie that you met.
I know. I was like, she didn't look like AI. She looked like a very lovely Stephanie over there.
She's amazing. And so Stephanie monitors all those messages. And so everyone who's coming into the Agoyu platform, you're talking about realtor.com and some of these websites that have like 1 million moving leads a year, right? So how do you scale to that?
Right.
And that's where AI can come in handy. And so based on system controls, if you leave Agoyu, right, without using the AI, Stephanie will text you and say, hey, you should really use the AI. It's how you get the most accurate pricing, get it out. Okay, you use the AI, but you don't book the move. Stephanie's going to text you again.
And Stephanie's really holding me accountable right now.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? And she's going to say, you should bid out your move. Movers will bid on it. It'll drive down the price 30%. That costs me pennies.
Well, and what the most expensive part of that is probably the text message, right? Like the cost of sending a text.
It's less than a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twilio. And then OpenAI, same thing. So it's almost like free, but I've set it up correctly, and I've set up guardrails, and I don't let the AI get into full-on conversations. But why would I pay an employee to follow up every time? Like, is that efficient?
Well,
for
to be honest with you, they're going to go to the bathroom. They're going to be out sick one day. They're going to go to lunch.
Of course.
And that person still needs that 3-second text.
Now, the next step is where it stops hallucinating, and it is good enough to take those guardrails and go have a full-on conversation and keep talking to this person until they book. And it's like that close.
Well, yeah, it feels that close too, because I've had plenty of employees that work for me, especially I ran call centers back in the day. It's really, fairly large scale call centers. Man, those employees that hallucinate also. You know what I mean? They say some wild stuff to a customer.
Who's going
to hang up on somebody? Or
say something inappropriate
or something crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta have a conversation with Sally. You hallucinated.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I mean, if you outsource to a call center, there's liability. If you hire an employee, there's liability. If you have AI, there's liability. But how do I mitigate my risk? And how do I mitigate liability? And how am I efficient as a company? And AI is going to play such a large role in the future of how we do stuff.
So what's this partnership with realtor.com going to do for Agoyu? And what is the impact of this going to be, you think?
So when we built this technology, we built it for ARC. And we had this booking rate of 9% on these lump sum moves. We're now booking 76% of the moves put through the platform.
That's crazy.
It's insane. And the reason it books better, we advertise better, it's because the process is better for the consumer. It's the best way for them to find and book a mover by far. And so the light bulb went off almost immediately when we're like, holy crap, this is working, and it's working way better than we thought of. We got to let the world know about this. The problem that we first encountered was no one's doing a Google search for an AI moving app. They don't even think it exists. So how do you let the world know that this technology exists?
Right.
And I reached out to realtor.com. I had some phone calls, had some meetings. I showed them what we had built, and we decided to enter into a partnership and share it with our audience. And now we've achieved a large part of our goal, which is to let the world know that this exists. We've now captured a large percentage of people who are moving, because you're going to realtor.com to find somewhere to live. You're probably coming across their platform. Yeah. So it's really exciting opportunity. We're not going to stop there. we're looking to partner with RMCs, we're looking to partner with corporations direct, and we're looking to partner with other affiliate websites that have people who are moving that should know about this resource.
That's awesome. Yeah. Teresa House says, congratulations on that partnership. That is awesome.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, that is big. I mean, that's one of the biggest lead channels and partners in the space. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
News Corp, yeah.
Congratulations. Man, yeah, I mean, we could talk about this for a long time, and I know you're a busy guy. You got to kick off this partnership, and you got a lot going on here. But yeah, get in the comments if you got a question for Bill. We might have time for one more, but in the meantime, you want to play a game with me, Bill?
Sure.
I know it's very ominous. I want to play a game. Sounds like a horror movie.
About to get hustled here.
Yeah. All right, let's play a little game. We got a game called Overrated, Underrated. Okay.
Okay.
And actually, I have these cool paddles. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna, not those kind of paddles. Jeez, but we got these cool things. I'm gonna ask you to actually write overrated and underrated on these things. Okay.
Okay.
We could have done this in prep, but we didn't.
Okay.
It's all right. So we're gonna.
Are you gonna write it for me, or do I need to
I'm
write
gonna
it?
write underrated, underrated,
Okay.
meaning it's better than people think it is.
Yep.
I'll write it for you. There we go.
Thank you. Appreciate
no problem. Full service podcast here.
You're the best.
Underrated. All right. Underrated. And then in green, we're gonna write overrated.
Okay.
I'll get this on your nice table here. Let's see.
It's all right.
Overrated. This is my technology, Bill. Okay.
This is. I'm blown away.
I'm blown
This is
away.
better than AI.
Fully agentic paddles here.
Deterministic. We're gonna determine if it's overrated or underrated.
Overrated, yes. Overrated. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple topics.
Yeah.
And if it is overrated, hold it up. Get it closer to your. There you go. Overrated.
Yep.
And if it's underrated, there we go. You got it. You're a sharp guy. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Let the game. Melody says, learning event, guardrails. Let the games begin. All right, game on. Yeah, let's go. Hey, Bill, you owe me a one sheet. I don't know what that is.
What's a one sheet? Who said that?
That's Teresa. Teresa, you owe me a one sheet.
I do. I owe somebody else one too. I got you, Teresa.
All
I'm
right.
gonna get you set up.
It's coming, Teresa. All right. AI challenge, you go. Yes, let's go. Let's get into it. Overrated, underrated. First one up. Drinking. Overrated or underrated? All right. It's underrated. Bill says it's overrated.
Dude,
Bill, why is drinking overrated?
Dude, I'm bailing, man. I look. I have a large body of work. I've been doing this for a long time. I'll be 50 in September.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm getting closer to being done with drinking.
Hanging it up, huh?
I think I might hang it up. A lot of ERCs in the books.
Yeah, you've
a lot of conferences. Yeah, and my body of work speaks for itself. But I like going to bed early. I like getting up early. I like exercising. I like the way I feel when I'm not drinking. I'm getting close. My wife is getting me to hang in there. She likes her wine, and she's like, "Well, what about next week? We're going on vacation."
Yeah.
But it might come in September. I may hang up the drinking shoes once and for
September
all.
Your 50th?
My 50th, September 25th. Yeah.
Yeah. Tim is way off topic here. He says water is underrated. Thanks, Tim. That's a different podcast. I appreciate you, Tim. I'm gonna go with underrated. Okay. I think drinking's getting a really bad rap these days from people like you out there spreading misinformation and fake news about booze. Okay. And I think it's way underrated. I also think that we have a bigger problem than drinking. And it's the fact that people are not getting together and they're not socializing and they're missing community and they're cocooning in their homes around their phones, and they're not actually out there living life and experiencing life. And with the exception of people who have a drinking problem, I think that the health benefits of being together with each other actually outweighs the health detractions of drinking. That is my
that's a fair point. And young people are drinking less, like by far, and young people in a lot of ways are social, right? They're just like Snapchat, and they're not really into
meet someone.
And so you're correlating drinking with being social, It's true, right? We lower our inhibitions. We're more social. We hang out.
I met my wife in a
But
bar the old-fashioned way, Bill.
that's right. I know. But, imagine if we could socialize without drinking. That'd be pretty
I don't.
awesome.
What are we gonna play categories? What are we just gonna get together in the town
Categories pretty
square and
fun,
play
man.
Scrabble? Like, what are we gonna do? Chess in the park? I mean, what are we talking
Dude, go
about?
down
Bill?
on San Juan. There's a lot of guys sitting around playing chess.
Caroline says that food truck at 4 a.m. would definitely say underrated. Yes. Jillian Guzza says drinking is so overrated. Jill's getting there. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. You know what? I'll give you half a point for that one, Bill. We'll see. We'll see as we go have a drink after this. We'll talk,
Yeah,
we'll
we
talk
are
about it
drinking
later.
after this. Just
All right.
to be honest.
Just
we are
doing it for
drinking.
me, people. He's doing it for
100%.
me. All right. Next one up. Overrated, underrated. Taking risks.
Taking risks.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Why?
We wouldn't be here otherwise, right? We wouldn't be in Puerto Rico. I mean, look, if you don't try, you never know what's going to happen. You can lose, no problem.
Have you taken risks where you lost massively? Or does everything pretty much work out
Yeah,
for you?
I've taken one. I'm taking a huge beating right now with crypto. That's not going so
Yeah,
well.
our Bitcoin bets, right?
Bitcoin's like, and and there's been some times I've been high five myself, telling myself I'm the smartest guy in the world. But yeah, I've done a lot of deals that have gone to zero, for sure. And I don't regret it. Like you really do. It sounds corny and cheesy, but you do learn a lot from your mistakes and it won't happen again, right? You can get bitter and be like, I'm never going to trust anyone again, if you get a bad business deal
Yeah,
or whatever. But then you're like, no, let me just get smarter. Like this is probably where I went wrong, or at least I know this can happen. I'm going in eyes more wide open.
Well, and taking ownership too. What I'm hearing from you too is you're learning and you're also taking accountability. Here's what I did wrong. Here's what I could have done better from that,
Yeah.
And I think somebody told me once, oh gosh, I'm gonna try to quote this. I'm gonna screw up royally, but here it goes. It's like when you blame people, you're nowhere close to being there. When you blame yourself, you're halfway there. And when you blame no one, you've arrived.
Mm.
And that's like some Asian proverb or
Yeah,
something.
like
I get everything from Instagram these days.
Yeah.
But basically it's about how when you blame, you render yourself powerless
Right.
to fix it and to change things, And so I think that we learn so much from making mistakes and we get so much smarter than if we would have never made them.
Sure.
And people count losses, but they don't count learnings. And I think we need to really double down on that.
When you get older, you realize things aren't happening to you, they're happening through you.
Yeah.
That's a really important thing. Like it is what it is. We're going through this and probably what happened was meant to happen. And how do we learn from that and get better? If you're in that victim mindset, man, you're always going to struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Love it. Caroline saying underrated. Yes. Melody saying take the risk, people. Yes, I feel y'all.
Go for it.
Love it. Get in the comments, y'all. Let us know if we're doing all right here. Hit that like button. Tim said, "Stop blaming me, Ben." Tim, you're the exception to that rule.
So
okay?
easy.
You weren't around when that proverb was written. You don't count. All right, what up? Overrated, underrated. TikTok for business. Jeez. Underrated, Bill. Why?
Underrated, highly, dude. I need to get on it. I'm not doing my part now. I went to the CES convention in Las Vegas.
Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to go. It was incredible, and I've really been pushing myself to try and get outside the industry, get outside my comfort zone, and do these things. And so I was out there doing media on Agoyu, and it was incredible. I'm seeing AI robots walk around and all these incredible things. And I talked to a whole bunch of media guys out there, and they were like, "Look, Instagram's for pictures." Facebook is for your high school friends. TikTok is where business is happening. And he's right. My daughters, everywhere we go, they know what restaurant we should go to from TikTok. They want to go to some store they saw on TikTok. They get an outfit on TikTok. And I said earlier, affiliate marketing ads off Google is hurting. The one exception to that is influencers on TikTok.
Yeah.
They can still get on and go, hey, new year, new me, switch your bank account. You should download this app, and this is how you should save money. That there's still a platform for that. And so I'm trying to let the world know about Agoyu, which is what I'm doing here and what I've been trying to spend the last year of my life on. And so TikTok does, they'll do short reels, moving, and then your daughter or your son will talk to you and go, hey, I know you're moving. Dad, this new app, I saw it on TikTok. That's where the teaching and the ads are happening.
Yeah, a lot of explaining. I mean, the ability to explain something in 20, 30, 40 seconds has
incredible.
just exploded, and
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
And people are intrigued and they'll watch that video multiple times. They'll do more research, like this Venus flytrap of marketing.
I'm seeing so many moving companies investing in influencer ads.
Yep.
I'll tell you one that does a really nice job of is Roadway Moving in New York. They will basically move any influencer and have them do some video for it.
Let's get them in the app.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I don't think they're the best moving company, but they are really good at marketing themselves via the app,
Yeah.
and telling the story, and people are relating to moving in a different way. And the other thing, the last thing I'll say about that from a TikTok perspective, as it pertains to moving and relocation, is moving is one of those things that is way harder than most people realize.
Yeah.
We tend to oversimplify moving and relocation, but there's something about literally showing people the process
Yep.
and showing them the stuff moving and showing them the minutia and the weeds of how, you know, difficult this process is going to be.
Sure.
That I think it just conveys differently than a salesperson say, moving is stressful, top 3 stressful events. Like,
Right.
how many times have you heard that? It's like,
Yeah.
show me the pain.
Yeah. And where do you show people stuff nowadays? Commercials are over, dude. Like we
Yeah.
used to all sit around and watch TV.
Yeah.
There's no TV anymore.
No.
Who's watching
We used to
TV?
sit at the bar,
Yeah.
watching the game.
All the time, or just sit there and mind-numbingly surf stations. Like that's over. The only commercials now are sporting events, the
Yes.
Super Bowl. So you could save up and do a Super Bowl ad and have the attention of the world. Shout out to Bad Bunny, he crushed it
Yeah.
at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or you can go to TikTok and social media and influencers because people actually are watching them and listening to them.
Totally.
So, yeah, the world's changed. You got to get with it.
TikTok for business now. Have you ever bought anything off of like the TikTok shops that they do?
I'm not on TikTok. I just know that I need to be, and it's a
Yeah.
platform, but my kids are.
Yeah.
They're all over TikTok, and all the young kids are. Yeah.
All right. There we go. Let's keep it moving. Point for Bill there. The next one up. Overrated, underrated. AI for relocation.
Oh, come on, dude. All right.
And we're out. All right. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, I just showed you this amazing app that I've been spending the last 8 years of my life on.
seven figures.
Yeah, like literally my life savings,
My
like everything's
baby,
dependent on it.
Just called my baby ugly.
You said when you came down here you believed in it, or else I
did
wouldn't let you
believe
in.
it.
I would
I
have left you in
believe
Walgreens, dude.
I believe in it, but it's all we're talking about. It's literally all we're talking about. It's like we've reduced the alphabet to 2 letters.
But are we doing it? It's all we're talking about. I went to ERC. Where was ERC?
Salt Lake City was
Salt Lake
the
City.
most forgettable place ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
also said I
debated.
like that too. So here it
Yeah.
goes.
That's just because, you know, there wasn't a lot of drinking, right? So
I was sick
it's
the whole time. I couldn't
overrated.
even
Yeah.
drink. I couldn't even drink. Definitely overrated.
But dude, I went to every session on AI, right?
Yeah.
And so if it said AI on it, I went because I wanted to see what people had.
Yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing, but basically every session I went to is we're doing all this cool stuff using AI, but it's not in production yet.
yeah.
No one had a working product.
Yes.
No one. So in our portal platform, we have a full integration with OpenAI. We have Archie, the Relo bot. And if you're a transferee and you log in our portal, you can go and you can look at your policy and you can read it. You can go and you can look at your budget, see how much money you have left. You can click on the household goods screen and see when your moves are going to be delivered. Your household good moves can be delivered. Or you can just ask Archie. Does my policy allow 10,000? Yes, it does. 30 days. How much do I have left in my budget? You have $10,000. You've already spent this much on that.
Right.
It just integrates with our whole platform. That's not a hard plug-in,
Yeah.
but it's in execution. And I'm showing guys like Jack Chample and these awesome clients in the industry of saying AI, it shouldn't be what we're talking about. It should be what we're doing
Yeah.
right now.
I think that was my point too when I said overrated, was that when you go to these conferences and people, you really scratch beneath the surface, and they're not using it in meaningful ways yet.
Right.
But it's all they're talking about,
Yeah.
but it's not actually making impacts yet. To be honest with you, what you're doing here is far and away ahead of what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It can be frustrating, and it's one of the reasons that I've branched outside the industry is to get people to execute. I've had phone calls with large players in the industry to say, This has been created. It's done. Here's our data. It will monetize your traffic better. And I think sometimes in our industry, we're slower to change. But if you go outside the industry, you talk to the realtor.coms of the world and these companies that are built on, evolution and taking that risk and creating something new, their attitude is, let's go. We want to be the first there. We want to be at the forefront. Where do we start? And that's one of the biggest, Achilles heels of our industry is that unwillingness to change and that resistance to change. And it might be the demise of the industry if we
Yeah.
don't change that.
Well, I mean, it's been on a downward trajectory for quite a while. A lot of people would say that the it was due to lump sum, and then the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which removed the benefit, the tax benefit for a lot of the services that we provide. But to be honest with you, we complained about it for a long time, but we didn't really do anything
That's
about
the
it.
problem, right? It changed to lump sum. So what did we do?
What do we do?
There are so many lump sum
they weren't
moves. There are
worth a damn.
clients doing 40,000 lump sum moves. The U.S. military is moving to the Diddy PPM move. GSA is talking about a lump sum program. The federal government is talking about lump sum programs. They call it the voluntary relocation program. So it's happening, whether we like it or not. What is our solution to the industry changing?
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Let's see. We got another one, Serena. All right. Overrated, underrated. Doing business in Puerto Rico. He said overrated. I said underrated. Why, Bill?
Don't move to Puerto Rico to do business here.
Yeah.
Move to Puerto Rico for the people, the beach, the way of life, to get out of the rat race.
Yeah.
Doing business in Puerto Rico is challenging. Doing business in the United States, even though Puerto Rico is U.S. territory, but doing business in the continental United States is easy.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, my wife loves to travel. We go all over. And that's the one thing that you come back to is like some places in the world, they know how to live. Americans know how to work. So doing business, the U.S. is still the pound for pound heavyweight champion of the world in doing business.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a rationale here. It seems cool.
It's great. I mean, we're gonna have a good time tonight.
I feel like people don't check for Puerto Rico like that. And the more time I spend here, the more I'm like, man, this is just such a hidden gem. It feels like,
it is, for sure.
And maybe not from a business standpoint, but it feels like a place to be. Let's keep it moving here. Do we got any other ones, Serena? Or is that it? That's it. Says that's it.
I like it.
This is great. Bill, thank you so much for the hospitality. Thanks for showing us your place, and what you have with Agoyu is super impressive, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. No, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on the pod. I heard, back in the day, dude, the growth up.
Yeah,
when you started doing this,
we did the growth of the transforming perspectives.
Yeah, and I give you a lot of credit. You built something really cool. The show's amazing. You're doing something cool and new in our industry that takes a lot of courage and a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to share my product with the world, and you're giving me the platform. So thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. Hey, everybody, thank you for being here too, because we wouldn't have a show without you. So hit that like button. Let us know how we did, and we will see you all next week. Cool. Take care, everybody.